we come back to you. Thank you for granting us the privilege to invade your space. It's really an honor to, for the past few days, be putting out our voices, let our voices be heard. Things are getting, I don't even know how to describe it anymore, but it's really getting bad. It's a worse situation now in Nigeria. Things have gone out of hand, and it's really a bad situation. What we want to do today is to open this space for people to either call in or come in and share their mind and their expressions of the things that are currently happening in Nigeria. Things are not looking good. Things are not looking good, and it's really bad. So once again, it's really bad. It's really bad. So we want to encourage you. We want to encourage you. We want to encourage everybody listening that there is still hope. There is still hope. There is still hope. We can make this work. We can make this work. Again, we do not support any destruction of any properties. We do not support any destruction of any properties. How all this started was a peaceful demonstration. And do not, like I've been saying for the past 3-4 days now, do not let it become something else. We know and we are aware that a lot of enemies have hijacked this, but I still believe Nigeria, we can come together and make this work. While we're on that, I want to play a song by Sonny Okosun, and I'll be back to talk with you. Stay tuned.
To go. I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. I want to know. Many years after independence, we still find it hard to start. How long shall we be patient before we reach the promised land? Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Which way Nigeria? Tell me. Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Every little thing that goes wrong, we start to blame the government. We know everything that goes wrong because we are part of the government. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Way to go. I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Inefficiency and indiscipline is ruining the country now. Corruption here, there, and everywhere. Inflation is soaring high. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. made mistakes during the oil boom, not knowing that was our doom. Some people now have everything, while many, many have nothing. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't fall. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah, I want to know. Yes, I want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Green revolution is a reality. Let's give it a chance to grow. Let's join our hands to farm the land so we can have enough food to show. Let's save Nigeria so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Way to go. I love my fatherland. Oh sure. I want to know. Yes, I want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Our ambition to be millionaires is running the country down. We all want to be millionaires and to live in the air. Oh, let's save Nigeria so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah, I want to know. Yes, we want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Remember that a simple step is the beginning of a million miles. Let's start right now to repeat ourselves so as to make the country smile. Let's save Nigeria so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh sure. I want to know. Yes, I want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Heaven and earth will pass away. It is written in the book of God. The good people will surely find their ways, and the meek will inherit the world. Let's save Nigeria so Nigeria won't fall. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yes, I want to know. We want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah, I want to know. Yes, I want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? One more time. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Let's save Nigeria. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Ooh, yeah. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Which way Nigeria is heading to? One more time. Which way Nigeria
A lot is happening in our country, Nigeria. It is
Amen.
really a sad situation. It's really a sad situation. Which way Nigeria, in the words of Sonny Okosun, which way Nigeria is heading to? It's really sad. It's really a sad situation. A lot of killings both sides, and we are calling for an end to all this. For an end to all this. For an end to all this. It's time for people to take responsibilities, both young and old. It is time to take responsibilities. Speak up. All the people that are involved come from a family. It's time to start calling your family members and making sure that they are safe and they are not doing anything stupid, whether they be in government or they be among the young people or whatever. These are children, fathers, sons, mothers, of people. So it's time for us to start talking to one another. Pick up the phone, call your siblings, make sure they are home and safe. Nobody should be doing anything stupid. Enough is enough. We cannot become that which we are trying to change. I repeat again, we cannot become that which we are trying to change. Okay, as we, I want us to listen to this, and I'll come back to make some few comments.
Thank you for joining us in the struggle at the toll gate, for sounding the alarm, and for alerting the public. I thank you for witnessing what happened at the toll gate. Most importantly, my brothers and sisters at the toll gate. I've never met a finer set of people in my life. I'm sorry I haven't said anything in a couple of days. I didn't realize I'd sustained some injuries, and I had to get treated for that. I especially want to thank a few people who, at the risk of their own safety, came out to get me as my own life was being threatened. My life was being threatened for speaking up. Thank you, Obi. Thank you, Big N. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you so much. Thank you to Heath, Breeze, Richard. Thank you, Mr. P. Thank you all for getting me out safely. I don't want to talk too much. I just want to clear a few things that I've been saying online. To our leaders, I urge you, please, do not minimize the suffering of families. Do not insult the grief. Do not insult the grief of Nigerians. Do not insult the intelligence of Nigerians. Do not insult the pain that families are facing. People were falling left and right. Yes, there were soldiers there. Another part that people are not really talking about, the police also came. The SARS people were talking about, they also came. So maybe 40-45 minutes after the soldiers left. We were tear gassed. Tear gas it's like pepper, right? It's like cotonou pepper mixed with acid. It's like we were running. This is our, what do you call it, our coconut hair generation. We would run, we would come back, we would run. And the only thing we fought with was our flags. We would sit on the floor and raise our hands up, waving our flags and singing the national anthem. That's all we had. They put off the lights. Even if there's no power on a good day in that axis, there's always light at the toll gate. There was no light. Lights were off. The street lights were off. It was pitch black. Sorry. A boy jumped on me, shouting, "Cover her, cover her." I didn't even understand why he did that. They shot that boy on the back. I fell, and while the soldiers were trying to pick their shells, we were running around and picking their shells too because we wanted proof. These are some of the shells we picked. This one I call my own because it's landed right next to my ear. This one was one we took out from someone's lap. The military, they were there on Nigerian soil, killing Nigerian citizens. The police and the SARS-like people came doing the same thing, aiming and shooting. Aiming, not, they were pointing the gun at us and shooting live bullets. It takes live bullets to protest. Who does that? So to our leaders, please, I urge you to please not insult the intelligence of Nigerians and the families. Something I think about now in hindsight, just I wish we hadn't done it, but we carried dead bodies and dropped at the feet of the soldiers so that they could see what they did to us. When I asked the unit commander or something, why are you killing us? I wish we didn't do that. I wish we kept the bodies because they ended up throwing the bodies in their van. This was up until the next day, the next morning. Anyway, I wanna thank Mr. Ola, who is the manager of Vodic Hospital. Thank you for, I'm sorry we put you in harm's way, but thank you for letting us into your facility and treating our brave Nigerians. Thank you to Life Point Church for giving us refuge. I also want to plead to the people opening fake accounts with my name. Please, it's already hard as it is. People risk their lives to get me out of my place, the place I call my home. Please, stop saying things you don't know. I understand things are hard. I understand things are difficult. This era of social media, you want to get followership that can help you also make some money. I understand. At least copy the truth and put. That's all I'm asking. Please. I never said 78 people died. I don't know that. What I do know is as of when I was doing the live, 7 people had died. When my phone died, my battery died, we had counted about 15 people. I don't know if it was more than that. We had a lot of people that had stray bullet wounds, gunshot wounds, and all that. 78 people, I don't know where you got that information from. I saw another one that said my cousin died. That's not true. Please, I will do my best to put my. I'm not very active on a lot of my pages, but I'll do my best to put all my handles in the caption so that you know which one is real. So if you open the page, you want to use my name, oh yeah, well, just say the truth, please. You're putting more people in trouble, please. When you look at it, when you face the possibility that you are going to die, trust me, you'll be afraid. Please. It's easy to type. I get it. But please just do your best to, I'm sorry. Please do your best to just at least get to the factual story. People did die. It wasn't photoshopped. I must be a tech genius to have Photoshop a live feed. So that's all I want to say. So thank you all. We must continue to move. We must continue. If we stop, I fear it'll probably be the next 60 years before we talk about this again. We must continue, but we must continue peacefully. I condemn any sort of violence. I condemn the burning of buses and people's livelihoods. See, let me say something to you. You may not know, but you might be burning your fellow brother or sister's workshop, but one of them that were in that protest as well. You may not know. I know we're angry, but the most powerful weapon we have is peace. Let us continue. I can't wait to come back because I'm definitely going to continue and be back on the streets peacefully. We need accountability. That is at the heart of this matter. Accountability. People have to be brought to book. If you don't bring people to book, if you don't bring justice to families, it will continue. We must speak. Do not give up.
Very important. Very important. You must speak or not give up.
Thank you so much. Yeah? I don't know if you guys like my jalapia. DJ Obi gave me this.
Yes, that's one of the voices that have spoken up and continue to speak. She was basically live at the Lekki scene, and she has given her own account. I want to say some few things because there's a lot to download to. There's a lot happening as we speak. Once again, we stand for peace. We stand against any destruction of any source and from any quarters. We don't believe that we need to become that which we want to change. Very important. Don't become that which you want to change. I want to keep repeating that because we need to understand that this can only be won in a certain way, which has to do with peace. With peace, a lot can be done. Yes, I can hear somebody saying to me, but they fought us. We are retaliating. No. You can't become what you want to change. That's that's the idea of the enemies, to make you become what you want to change, and so they will equal out everything. So that's not the idea here. The situation at hand is that we have a corrupt nation, and personally, I don't believe it started with this party in governance. I always say, and I want to be quoted, and I will keep saying it. This is not about PDP, and this is not about APC or any other party in Nigeria. This is above and beyond party loyalty in Nigeria. This is about the governance of Nigeria. Because you know what? These politicians, they come and they go. We have the civil servants that each political party meet when they get into office. And corruption has gotten into the depths of Nigeria's civil servants. There's a lot to make a nation work. It's not just its governance. So there's no, we really need to come to the table and start being honest with one another. And we really need to start taking responsibilities. Fathers should learn how to say they are sorry when they've done something wrong. Stop beating around the bush. Fathers should learn how to show that they are disheartened. They should learn how to be vulnerable about the situation that they find themselves in. If what you are seeing and you are a father or you are in government and leadership, those are the people I'm referring as fathers and mothers in governance. You are not happy with what is happening. Be truthful about it and take responsibility. Stop pointing fingers. Stop pointing fingers. Take responsibilities. Let the young take responsibilities. Let the governance take responsibility. This is not time to point fingers. I repeat again. And this again, please help us to pass this information. This is not time to begin to talk about the different tribes in Nigeria. For crying out loud, this is 2020, the year 2020. We cannot keep talking about different tribes in Nigeria in matters like this. It's way beyond different tribes in Nigeria. Are you kidding me? Some people are trying to make it an Igbo thing. Some people are trying to make it Yoruba or Hausa. This is not the time. It's time for everybody to get back to the table. What am I doing Or what can I do to help the situation of our nation? The young people should be ready to take responsibilities as well. The older ones should be ready to take responsibilities as well. The Igbo man says, something is eating the baby goat looks at the jar. In other words, the elders are supposed to model. But in a situation where they are lacking in that aspect, what do we do then? Yes, we lead by example. If they are not modeling what should be done, then we take up that leadership. Leadership does not come by age. Leadership does not come by age. Leadership is a responsibility. We need to take the responsibilities. Guys, it is time to come back to the table. There should, every destruction at any level should and must stop. Every destruction at any level should and must stop. I repeat it again. Every destruction at any level should and must stop at this time. Enough is enough. We cannot be breaking stores. We cannot be destroying properties. We cannot be destroying and setting places ablaze. Whether you are a thug or you are from the government or you are from the youth, we cannot. This nation belongs to all of us. Again, it's through your tax that all these things will have to be built back. So if you destroy them, so where is the Nigeria you're fighting for? If you destroy them, where is the Nigeria you are fighting for? This is not the way to do things. There are other people and countries that have done peaceful protests. Even when their government kept on hitting them the bad way, they remained peaceful. They remained peaceful. We have Hong Kong to make a reference to, and other countries of the world. Our own cannot be different. We cannot allow ours to be different from being peaceful. Yes, we can say what we need to say in a peaceful way. We can say what we want to say in a peaceful way. And let me be clear about this. Nobody has a right to take life. Nobody has the right to take life. Whether you are from the government or you are from the masses, the peaceful protesters, nobody has the right to take life. Enough is enough. We are in a situation that needs everybody to calm down and talk. It's actually children that throw tantrums. So we are not children. It's actually children that, when you sit on the table to have discussions, they will begin to shout. No, we are not children. You speak and you let your voice to be heard. At the same time, you let your opponent, as it were, voice to be heard as well. It is very important. So we are acknowledging and encouraging at the same time that everybody should take responsibility. Starting from I, myself, speaking. Call your siblings. That's what we're saying. Call your siblings. Call your parents. Call your children. And make sure that they are doing things that are safe, not stupid. I repeat it again. Begin to call your family and friends. Don't just sit down and be looking out the windows. And make sure the information that you are passing out true. I mean, there are some things we need to bring out here. I can't imagine a governor making an argument that the security cameras were not taken down, but the cameras that were taken down were the same cameras that could take a number of a vehicle and say who owns the vehicle. I find it actually funny because those cameras are equally security on itself. And I want to say that a time has come where independent investigation should be brought in. Independent investigation should be brought in to begin to look at these things in the right way. If you are accused, you cannot be the one investigating yourself. We need to have independent investigators to get into this, be invited to get into this and start investigating, and let everything be brought to the light so we know what the truth is. Because one of the things that the young people are crying aloud for is that they do not trust their government, and they have every reason not to, because for decades now it's all been promises and failures. But we wouldn't, and I repeat again, because you don't trust somebody, then you start taking laws into your hands, in the sense killing and destruction of properties. No, that's not allowed either. So we really need to sit down on a round table and begin to discuss and begin to talk. Yes, I know a lot of people are not happy with the speech of the president of Nigeria. There was no sympathy and empathy, not at all. And I understand that. I felt the same way when I listened to it. I understand that. I personally believe it's both a cultural thing, where it is hard and tough for the then elders to be able to apologize to their younger ones. But we are living in 2020. We should know better. Now, because we know better, we should act better. So if you are saying that the president's speech was wrong, didn't do it right, that's okay. What are you doing yourself to make it better? That's the point. What are you doing yourself to make it better? Because we need to. Time has come, and now is the time that we have to make things better. We just have to make things better. This is the time. This is not the time to blame or to point fingers at anyone. It is time to make things better. So again, we are calling on people from every place, from every tribe, to understand that this has nothing to do with tribal war. This is not a tribal war. The tactics again is to divide and rule. All this madness needs to stop. The protest was started peacefully. The protest was started peacefully. People were doing this for almost 10 days peacefully. We cannot destroy the amazing things that we have achieved already. We've gotten our government to at least talk. And we know, because they are shaking to their foot, we know that discussions are being made. What we demand is that those discussions that are being made be made to be available to the masses. So transparency is the key word here. Transparency. Transparency is the key word here. And part of that transparency is that the government needs to invite independent, again, the government needs to invite independent investigators to look into matters that have happened already. And every footage of cameras, security cameras, should be submitted to these independent investigators. It's very important. Right now, the government cannot be seen investigating themselves, because they are part of the problem. They are part of the problem. And so we need to get these things right. Transparency will calm the situation. If we are listening, I'm speaking to the government now, transparency will calm the situation. Tell the people what you are doing to make these things right. You can tell them. If you can't tell them, then you are not helping out matters. There are a lot of videos that are coming out. There are a lot of videos that are out there, and they are not encouraging at all. How can a government distribute food during the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, and you can show, in this day and age, you can show that you have released the fund to the masses? You should. That's part of being transparent and being accountable. You should again you should display by way of information the government, the states that you gave money and how much were given to them. If it was money that were given to them, you need to make it known. Every state, we need to understand the money that was given to them and how much, so that we can hold governors accountable, so that governors can be held accountable. And at the same way, governors that are sending the money to the people under them to make sure people, where is the account? There should be videos, there should be documentations showing how they distributed. And the man on the top cannot say, I've released the money, that's just my business. No, that's not right. Good steward will release money and follow the money and have a committee follow the money. They should report back to you how much has been released, how much is being spent, how and places they are spent. This is what we call transparency. There's no way Nigeria can be better if we don't become accountable to each other. We must be accountable to each other. That's where we have gotten to. This is part of the reason why we are such a corrupt nation, because accountability is not found in any hem of government. Not only the government, even in the church. But that's another topic for another day. It's really a sad situation. It's really a sad situation. How can somebody be working? They show up just 2 days in a week, and by the end of the month, they get paid. So we are part of the problem. All of us need to take responsibilities. All of us need to take responsibilities, including I speaking. Nobody's left outside this. All of us need to take responsibilities. What role are you playing to make this right? What role are you playing to make this right? I want to encourage every Nigerian that is listening to me, whether home or in diaspora. I want to encourage that this is our time to get it right. This is our time to get it right. We will continue listening and checking out to see how things are going. I'm going to play this music and I'll be back to continue this discussion. Again, remember that we have the link on the screen. You can call in and give your own opinion, your own contribution on how we can make things better. Listen to this song and as we continue this discussion.
3 girl suicide bombers have attacked a town in northeastern Nigeria. Conversations are ongoing on the prevalence of Osu caste system in southeast Nigeria. At least 59 people have been killed and another 527 injured in a mass shooting at Las Vegas concert. In Cameroon, reports suggest that 70 people were killed in protests over the weekend. That's some headlines on the world news. Stay tuned, it's more content.
Things are getting really bad. Everybody seems to think. Old ones talking about the yesterday they used to know. People crying out, calling on the government. Children crying, is there hope for tomorrow? Is there any hope for tomorrow? Is there hope for tomorrow? Is there any hope?
They were so in love, but distance came and broke her heart. The mind started a picture in her of things that aren't but can really be true. He said he loves her, but trust her nature here. Now she's crying. Is there hope for tomorrow? Oh, is there any hope for tomorrow? can see herself through school.
Mama's dead, dead. She's just a little orphan girl.
He said he'd help her, but he ends up abusing her.
Now she's got herself killed.
Father, 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 help us. Father, 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 help us. Father, 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 help us.
Father, 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 Father.
There is hope for tomorrow.
There is hope. Thank you, Jesus.
There is hope for tomorrow. There is hope for tomorrow. We believe that, and that's what we are talking about. There is hope for tomorrow, and nothing can change that. This, what is happening in Nigeria, really is a sad situation, but we keep believing because we know things are going to be well. Things are going to be well. Again, we are encouraging. There's a lot that is happening, and we're encouraging people to keep the peace, to keep the peace, to keep the peace. Very important. We all need to keep the peace. A lot is happening, but we all need to keep the peace. Peace must reign. This is the way, the one and the only way. Peace must reign. Peace must reign. So let's keep on keeping the peace. Let's keep on keeping the peace. That's the only way we can get out of all this wickedness that has been playing itself. Nigeria needs healing. The church will say Nigeria needs revival, and revival in every aspect of its existence, not just the government, but in every aspect of its existence. Very important. That's what we are calling it. That's what we are calling it. That's what we are calling it. Yeah, a lot is happening, and it is just sad. It is just sad. These are some of the videos that are being that we are seeing. Okay, these are some of the videos that we are seeing.
Hey, wow, 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 let me small team, no. Hey, wow, let me small team. Let me small team, no. Jesus, let me small team, let me small team, let me small team. Yeah, everybody, don't come out for hand. Wow, let me small team. Let me small team. Now for you. Wow. See people.
We are saying all this needs to stop. How can you be looting what belongs to someone else and you say you are crying for justice? How can you? It's not possible. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It's not only lives that are being lost in this madness that just began a few days now. Yes, you can be saying the government started it, and so what? They started it, you shut it down. You don't become that which you want to change. There's no room for that. There's no room for that. I know a lot of people are saying a lot of things, but listen, we need to get this right. And part of getting it right is that we need to come around and do it in a peaceful way. Yes, our voices can be heard, but it needs to be done in a peaceful way. And we keep on encouraging and demanding, let there be no more destructions. All these stealings. Yes, people are hungry, and so what? Because you're hungry, you're going to knock down somebody's else store and steal from him, steal from them. That's not right either. So why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? And some of these stores you are knocking down belong to your parents, belong to your brothers. And tomorrow they wouldn't have anything. The little that they've been supporting you from, they can't support you again because everything is destroyed. We really need to calm down and let there be more transparency. Like I said, the government actually has a big role to play in making this go well. The government needs to be transparent about matters. The government needs to be transparent about matters. I can't say it enough. What we are hearing already from the government, no. We guys, you need to do better. The government needs to do better. We cannot keep on going this way. No, there's no way. We cannot.
You know, now so now when imagine broke able to youth. You want to go here, but then you go here now. And you are everywhere. You are needing to know now. I am choosing maybe property in the market. I am choosing doing a street time. I'm not protest in the man or the peace.
I want to play that video again. These are some of the people that are doing what we are encouraging everybody to get involved with now. Yes. Young people cleaning up the streets. Young people cleaning up the streets. Very important.
I actually block also. I actually maybe property in the market. So when you go into youth, you know, now so now when imagine block able to youth. You want to go here, but then you go here now. And you are everywhere. You are needing to know now. I am choosing maybe property in the market. I am choosing doing a street time. I'm not protest in the man or the peace.
So they are talking about cleaning up. Some of these youths are on the streets of their state and they are cleaning up. They are cleaning up. This video you are watching now is what we are encouraging should stop. No more destructions. No more destruction. This madness needs to stop. We cannot but keep saying it. We condemn every movement of destruction at any level, from any corner. We condemn. Destruction is destruction. We don't support any level of destruction. We are condemning every level of destruction. We don't want properties to be destroyed. We don't want businesses to be destroyed. Whether business is owned by government or by individuals, that's not the way. The businesses and the structures owned by government belongs to you. And then you destroy it, and what happens? They will have to build it, and they will need to tax you to be able to do that. So we don't need all that madness. Again, like I've said, the government needs to own up responsibilities. Government needs to own up responsibilities. They cannot keep on blaming, pointing fingers on anybody. Government needs to be transparent. Our government needs to be transparent. All the culprits of all this madness should be brought to justice. And the process of doing it should and must be transparent. Should and must be transparent. That's what we are saying. It is now is the time to make sure corruption ends in Nigeria. And we can do it. Because you know what? When I see Nigerians immigrate to other countries, they obey the laws of the land that they find themselves in. And we are proud of Nigerians out here in Canada, United States, and other places. So it's the same people. We are able to keep laws and orders if everybody is kept accountable. So both the government and the people that are ruling should be accountable and take responsibilities. Very important, very important. So that this madness that we are looking on right now can stop. Can stop and should stop. This is our stand on the matter. Again, thank you for tuning in, watching with us. It's really been a long day, and a lot is happening. Keep praying for Nigeria. Keep praying for Nigeria. Which way, Nigeria? Which way to go? We love our fatherland. We love our fatherland. Keep praying for Nigeria, and we know that God will make it better for Nigeria. On the words of Sonny Okosin again, which way, Nigeria? God help us.
I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Many years after independence, we still find it hard to start. How long shall we be patient before we reach the promised land? Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Which way Nigeria? Tell me which way to go. I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, I want to know. Every little thing that goes wrong, we start to blame the government. We know everything that goes wrong because we are part of the government. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Which way Nigeria? Tell me which way to go? Which way to go? Inefficiency and indiscipline is ruining the country now. Corruption here, there, and everywhere. Inflation is soaring high. Let's save Nigeria.
Yeah, which way, Nigeria? Which way to go? It's really sad. I have with me here the one and only. She's not a guest to this forum. Thank you for joining us. It's been a long day for you as well. Thank you for joining us, Barrister Mara Mojeke. You are in Onitsha now. Are you in Oka?
I'm in Onitsha.
Okay, you're in Onitsha. What's the situation report, please, of what is happening even as we speak in Onitsha?
Yes, Onitsha town. As of today, it's calm.
Okay.
It was yesterday that we had people destroy police stations. We had people in high court premises in Onitsha. And then we also had people set roadblocks on the road. Like you can get young people on the road every 5 feet. Yes, and we have a tumult of crowd. We have a lot of people on the road yesterday. So, but today everything appears to be calm. People respected the curfew.
Okay.
As announced by the state governor that yesterday, when he addressed the people of the state. But around our environs, news has been filtering in of people burning down police stations around other towns in Anambra State. Heard that some police officials were killed in the mayhem. And we heard that some police stations were raided
and the infrastructure destroyed. So the report we are having now is that we have the RPG, the Osumeni police stations. They had it being attacked by hoodlums, and then they destroyed the infrastructure there. So relatively, there was a little bit of unease in some states in Anambra State, which some concern. Yes, that is the situation report as that today.
Thank you for that report. Now, one of the concerns, we all know is that we have a corrupt nation. And the SARS is just a slogan that is being used to begin to address some of the ailments that we find in Nigeria as a nation. But we know Nigeria has been a corrupt nation for years, and what we are saying right now is time has come for things to change. And part of what people are crying is that they don't trust their government. And even with what is going on, the government seems not to be transparent about their process. We are seeing videos of appellatives that we are given to whomever. At this time, we believe they were given to different states to share to their people during the lockdown of the COVID-19. But these things, food products especially, were all locked in storage rooms. And because we remember the government of Nigeria, saying that they have released a big amount of money, and they've distributed food, and nobody saw the food. Now the question is, if the government from the federal, releases big fund for states to help their people, to give them food during the lockdown, is it now, for the sake of transparency, wouldn't the federal government follow up by way of, in this 2020, 21st century, by way of video and more information, documentations to show the number of states that were given fund, how much were given to them, and to as well show, have those state governments hold them accountable to make sure that the food, that the money that was distributed was used for what it was meant for. Isn't it part of the transparency that Nigerians hope to start seeing in our government structure?
Yes, when the government fails, it resorts to anarchy. If we have good government and structural reforms in the state, in the polity, there won't be anarchy. Part of the reason why the peaceful protest started initially is because of government not being accountable. We have lack of accountability. We have government that appears not to feel the pulse of the people that are governed. So because of that, people came on the streets to express their reservation, and that we do not condemn. According to the Nigerian Constitution, they have the right to express what they feel. They have the right to say, we are not happy with what is going on. Because if you remember, we are in a democratic setting, meaning that supposedly the government was put in place by the people, so that they will be accountable to the people that put them in power. People, it is not a system of government where the government are the lords over its people. The people are demanding that the government should be accountable to every day-to-day activity happening around them. It is part of the demand.
Yes.
What kind of made the protest to turn red is because of the shootout that happened in Lekki Tollgate, which from what we just received, the official Twitter handle of the president, in the official handle of the president, he just apologized to the nation. That was what he failed to do, during the last time he addressed the nation, and it caused more problems. Yet he just apologized in the Twitter handle.
Okay.
He never mentioned it, and people got worried. People, we are not happy because lives we are lost. And instead of being sensitive about it, some people that we don't know who is sponsoring came up, and we are trying to add the information we have. And there are so many fake news that we are on the social media. These causes made tension to come up. And tension was so high that people started taking the laws into their hands. We are not in support of anybody taking laws into their hands. It is against the law of the nation. It's a crime. But you know, when there is failed government, it resorts to anarchy. And that is why we are seeing what we are seeing now. Up until now, the government, we appear to be so insensitive that all those things stop up there. Many of them we are beginning to spoil, many have expired. So what is their aim of backing up all those things? We don't know. We don't know. People are now going to take it by themselves, and it's causing more unrest in the nation. Although we are not happy with the going on, but we express our reservation on what is going on. How can someone stock up all those palliative things that we are contributed by the private sector for the people, for individuals? How can government release so much fund and it doesn't reach to the people it's supposed to get to? That is what the are saying it must stop. That the government should be accountable to those that place them in power. They should not forget, whichever way and however they got there, it does not change the fact that Nigeria is a democratic country, and the system of government is democracy. Government for the people, by the people. It is the people that are supposed to say you will be in power and you should be accountable to the people, whether it's the federal, the state government, the local government chairman. Everybody has something to say. The people in the houses of assembly and senate, they are all accountable to the people that place them there, or rather the people they are representing. That is what we are saying. And then we are saying, I am also saying that it will be so good for the government
around here, you know, I'm kind of known as the CLO. That's
go to the root of what is happening by having a mitigation work in synergy with all stakeholders.
On social media,
there should be a stakeholders meeting at this point, down to the root of the communities. We have so many stakeholders in the running of the ongoings of the nation. These people on the street have people they listen to. It's time for government to begin to get a meeting of stakeholders to be able to stop what is happening at the moment. Stakeholders have to come on and talk to their youth and talk to the members of their community, members of their wards, members of their local government. Remember, we have all these representatives we have in the federal and state level. It's time to work. You are representing a constituency. You are representing a particular constituency, and you can't handle what is happening in your constituency, and you are about to say you're representing. No way. That is not how things work. It's time to leave your comfort zone and go back to your constituency and meet with the president generals, the youth leaders, and let's talk to them. Talk to them. They are human beings. Speak and address them. Kind of engage them and tell them the need to remain peaceful and calm, so that they can hold these ones that are going on the upsurge and doing and burning down things. Remember, these things that are being burned down are the infrastructures that are needed by the community. We are now harming ourselves, and it does not make sense at all. No. We are calling for peace and calmness so that people can come together again and proceed with their peaceful protest. Because to me, things has not been addressed. Yes, things has to be addressed. The agenda has to be addressed. The government has to come up and tell us within this time and this time, this is so what we are going to do. Within this time and this time, this is what you should hold us accountable. If we don't do so within this time, they should have a ban I don't know how people run a state, a country without a
it's funny and disheartening at the same time that Nigeria has become a joke in this situation. And what I mean by that, because I want to explain myself, is that we've seen news, we've seen videos and news press release from the current government demanding and making a promise to the people that if they do not turn things around for good, they should stone them. I read articles that were, the sayings of the now president of Nigeria, making, encouraging people to do what is happening now. In as much as we do not encourage any level of destruction, just like you said, or properties or killings of humans. Nobody has any right to kill any human being. It's really a sad situation. But I want to call your attention again to one of the things you've said, that this is the time of all those representatives, both in the House and Senate level, should be at their, should be on the ground with the people that they are representing. But the sad thing is that some of these people have not been able to come back to the people that put them in power. Once they got in power, they forgot about them. So if they show up now, they will be stoned as well. Their people will be mad with them. So they are scared. That's why they are all in hiding. We should be seeing videos of all these House representatives and senators at their where with the people that voted them on the ground talking and negotiating. And again, it's all about transparency. If they are doing that, they should let us know that they are doing that. Things should not be done in secrets anymore. One of the things that have continued to kill Nigeria is that government do not believe they are accountable to the citizens. And the citizens not even believe they are accountable to the government. It's both ways. Because one of the things I believe personally is that the politicians, they come and they go. The civil servants are the ones that form the structure of which every politician meets and lives when they leave. And we need accountability in every quadrangles of the country, both in the governance, like I've said, in the religious setup. One of the things that I'm laughing about, I remember when the government was trying to set up a system whereby the church, the religious bodies will be accountable, and people were mad with the setup. And living in Canada, I look at these things and I shake my head. I'm like, what is wrong with us? Because in the developed nation, Canada, United States, North America, religious organizations are accountable. They are accountable. When people come and they give you money, and you use it, they report not just to their organization, they report as well every year to the government. And there are proceedings on how to do that. First of all, they will report to their people first, what is considered as a GM meeting, general meeting, which is required of them to do once every year, where they report to their people, and then they report to the government as well. And the government has the right to come in and audit them. And so we need accountability at every level in Nigeria, both the governed and the ones that govern them. And so we hear what you are saying. It is very important, and we are encouraging. If you have a brother that is a senator, call him and find out where he is. Is he talking to his people, or are they still hiding? Some of them, we got information, left Nigeria when all these things started in their private jets, and Nigerians in diaspora are finding them out, and they are beginning to get back to Nigeria, hopefully. This is the time to get down to the roots all hands on deck, get all hands soiled as well. As we begin to discuss, there must be discussions done, and there must be promises made, but this time the transparency is needed, because a lot of promises have been made in the past and no transparency, no accountability, and that has left us where we find ourselves today. I want you to speak as well as to the young people that have lost one person or the other, to the families that are crying because they lost a son, a daughter that went out there peacefully. Could you speak to people in that situation?
Yes, very well. Our heart goes to these families in this hard time. On that night of the attack, I couldn't sleep. I was awake all through the night. I was shedding tears. You know, our heart. I want to assure them that Nigerians are with them. Everybody feel their pain. Every reasonable Nigeria feel the pain that these families are going through. They should ignore the minority that are being insensitive to the pains they are going through. I want to assure them that there is no justification whatsoever for the killing of peaceful protesters. There's no justification. The act is barbaric, is evil, is wrong, is despicable, is preposterous. It is unacceptable. We firmly condemn it, and the government has condemned it. Buhari just condemned it by releasing it in his official Twitter. We have the state government that came out, but the Anambra state government kept speaking to his people. He kept talking. He comes out every day to talk. And the way he sounds, the people feel, even irrespective of what he's doing, the people feel, oh, this is our governor. When he talks to them, I use the local term to call them my people, my dear ones. You know, it touches, goes to their heart. And you see Enugu State governor coming out to identify with the protesters, and some of the governors that already set up this board of inquiry. Anambra state government even came out to assure the people and tell them that about 200 million have been brought out for everybody that lost their life during under this attack of the police in any form, and that is a move towards the right direction. And we assure you that people that are in that post set up by the governor are very accountable. This is people that we have worked with over the years, and they are not people that can be swayed by any means. So you should be assured that but we are calling these things are not what the state governors can do all alone. All hands, like you rightly say, should be on deck. All these representatives in the House of Assembly that come to see should go back and talk to people, see how they can console the families. Who will identify? Some people are saying that the people that die should be identified. Who will identify them? Who are you calling to identify? Go back home. Go and do a head count in your community. Go and know if everything is okay. Who are you telling to go and identify? Who are you pushing the responsibility to? It is the responsibility of all of us to go back and do a head count, to know who and who did not come back, who are missing. That is the step. When we move to these ones and say, we heard that this so and so is missing, we get information and we reach out to these families. But right now, I am reaching out from the bottom of my heart. I am extending my heartfelt condolences to all the families that lost their loved ones, including the police officers that lost. These are men like us that came to work for the federal government. They came to serve as police officers, and in the course of service, they have fallen, they've lost their lives. We also sympathize with their families because they have families. And we also sympathize with all the innocent protesters. We feel your pain, and we are shedding tears with you. And just know that the labor of these heroes, because they are heroes, it shall never be vain. I so much believe that things must be put right.
Yes.
And on that note, I encourage young people, your ability to start coming out to get involved with every area of government. Demand to be involved in every area of government so that things, because there need to be institutional reforms and structural systematic reforms, and this cannot be done if we stay back at home. We need to be part of what is happening in every area of government, in the civil service, in the public service, in every area, houses of assembly, house of reps, Senate, every area of the ministry. And we need to be part of what will happen, what is happening, so that the change will start from the roots to begin to come up. So that by 2023, we can now decide that these are the people we want to serve, they want to govern us. And by that time, if we can come out and channel this kind of energy we just use in the peaceful protest to appointing those we want to lead and being part of it, being part of the system, I think it will help a great deal. Many senior citizens are calling on the youth. Some even are forgetting that they used to form their own political party so that they can drive home what they want. And it's not a bad idea at all. But for now, what has happened now is so painful. And we sympathize with all those that lost their loved ones during this peaceful protest.
Thank you for that. And again, our heart goes out to all lives that has been lost. Again, we keep saying that this has nothing to do with tribals. It's not a tribal war. It's not the Igbos against the Hausas or the Yorubas against the other one. We all are in this together. And together we will find a solution, a lasting, peaceful solution. I mean, all these agitations that are coming from different tribes will not be happening if they see a changed Nigeria, a changed nation. Yes, so we want to encourage people to begin to come together. You know, part of what is happening to us is part of how we were colonized. And soon I'll be having on this platform somebody to speak to that. So we will get to the roots of these different things that has happened to us, and we will then look back and say, "Wow, it was a long walk, but we have arrived safely." Again, we continue to encourage. Let there be no more destruction. Shouldn't be no more destruction, and let people advocate by calling all these people that are involved in these things are members of families. Call your siblings, call your spouse, call your children, and make sure they are not doing anything stupid. Thank you, Barrister Mara Mojeke, for coming along again with us. Believe it or not, we've almost done 2 hours today, and we know you had a long day. Thank you, our viewers, for tuning in once again. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m., as I promised to you, to keep discussing on the way forward. And we know that all hands are on deck. Let it not just be one of these videos you watch and you continue with your life. Do something that is positive in making this process more a peaceful process. Thank you for watching. I remain the Maverick Priest, Ike, your friend. Thank you, and goodbye for now.
Thank you.